Howdy folks, good late morning. Here's a part 2 video today. So I'm over by the Ponce de León park, which is basically on the outer edge of the Punta Gorda village. See, here's the thing that comes to mind. When you actually translate Punta Gorda, it actually means fat point in Spanish. So some of you may laugh at this, but punta is not the same thing as puta. I know they both sound very similar, but punta is feminine. It's a feminine word in Spanish, which means fat. But then, or oversized, large, you name it. But then puta, so like P-U-T-A, puta, that translates to the B word. So don't think that this town is actually named like B to the itch point. No, not at all. But now we're actually near the area where Juan Ponce de León tried attempting to set up a colony. And if you actually look at a map of where I am, you can actually see like it's a very prominent headland that goes into the Charlotte Harbor, hence giving it that name of Punta Gorda. That's how it all started. This talks a bit about the yellow-crowned night heron. You'll mostly find these, of course, as it gets into dusk, going into the nighttime, hence really the name of the night heron. You won't really see them as much during the day, or it's very seldom. But it's crazy to think, like, I've been to this park before, but I didn't know that they had this little boardwalk here. So this is actually really cool, by the way. Yeah, this talks about the brown pelican, too. These are mostly year-round residents. And, yeah, it's even noted on here. You usually see these during high tide. But this is where they actually roost and provide nesting. Because technically where I'm at, we're in a mangrove system. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh. Just saw it just a minute ago. Oh. Whoops. Where'd you go? I saw like a fiddler crab. That was... dang. But this is a red mangrove right here. You can tell by looking at some of the prop roots. As you can see, they essentially act as like a spider, more or less. I think that's a great way to describe them. But then you can also find some black mangroves. Let's see. Let's see if we can find an example. Here we are. Here we've got a black mangrove. So you can see the bark is slightly darker, too. And with that being said, you can kind of see those projections in the ground right here. Those are all black mangroves. Well, most of them. Some of them are new sprouts of red mangrove. But the ones who don't really have the sprouts, so like, for example, let's see, like right, I wish I could zoom in with this phone while I film. Let me see if I can get a little closer. Give me a second, you guys. Here we go. Like these little projections right here, and even some of these, that's your black mangrove. Those are actually called pneumatophores, which essentially describe, they kind of act as a snorkel, more or less. It's a way for them to excrete excess salt that might be excuse me, that might be in their limbs. So that, and it's a way for them to also obtain plenty of water. Yep, got ourselves the snowy egret. These are also year-round residents. They're distinguished by their yellow feet, as noted here. And the snowy egret has actually faced under threatening status, you know, especially in the early 1900s. That was because of the fact that their plumage was very attractive, especially in the fashion industry among women. So because of their plumage, they were commonly exploited, so people could use their feathers as just a means of fashion. But nowadays, that's totally outlawed. It's not even allowed. Even the little blue heron right here as well. It's wild to think, you know, in these types of habitats, like, there's a lot going on, especially with the mangroves, the biodiversity, and it turns out mangroves are like 4 times more productive than the Amazon rainforest. What does that tell you? You know? To think the state of Florida used to have so much more. Yeah, so much more mangroves in the past. Huh. This almost looks like it could be a white mangrove. Because white mangroves are known for their salt deposits that they keep. And you figure since we've moved a little further inland, slightly, that's a possibility. Wow. Yeah, I like this. This is sort of like a feeling of seeing some of the natural world, and also provides a bit of cultural history too. So this is neat. So alright, you guys. This one I just felt like I was kinda just making up things as I was going along. I mean, don't get me wrong, what I'm still telling is the truth, but it was just a lot of improvising. And honestly, that's what I do in a lot of my videos anyways. It's alright, you guys. Hope you all have a chance to enjoy your Wednesday, and once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks, and thanks for watching. See ya.